How come how come my name doesn't show up? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Miss Tanya, how are you?
Great. How are you today?
Good. Did you get my notes?
Yes,
Yeah.
what's so funny is I'm sitting here responding to your email and you come in because I'm thinking Thursdays at noon would be good.
Okay.
So that's what I was
All right.
responding to.
Excellent. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, Nicole.
Hey, good morning. I'm trying to fix my background because there we go.
It's like
Good
all my
morning.
favorite people join right up front. I love it. Very good. Lloyd should be popping in any moment.
Okay.
Good. Lord, I love to see his face. So Anthony, I hear you're taking Lloyd's spot. So you'll be working with me.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Lloyd, listen.
Are you happy about that or are you sad?
Well,
What's
no,
that?
listen. I'm gonna say me and Lloyd, they all laugh at me because they say, you gotta do so much extra with Lloyd. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay.
Well,
I
So
know
this is
it's
being
done right.
recorded. This is so being recorded.
I'm scared to death because Lloyd like knows his stuff like way,
Listen,
way big. I'm like, oh my gosh.
well, I will say he's very tedious, very tedious. And
Okay.
so I just I think me and him talk so much because I'm like, okay, I'm not sure, Lloyd. Let me make sure I'm doing this the way you want it. So yeah, we talk
Yeah.
often.
Yes. Well, he has me in training, so I probably will be at least as tedious.
Well, I knew Tasha said, she said, maybe you won't have to drop off the original documents because I scanned them up to him and then I dropped the originals off.
Oh, okay.
Every month,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I tell you what, this is quite a process. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning,
Good
good
morning.
morning. Good morning, everyone.
Let me close my door.
Good morning.
Hey, Jeffrey, is
the
that you?
usual suspects in the
It is Jeffrey.
morning.
Okay.
Why am I creating development?
You got to
Let's
change your
have
name. Mine
everybody
does the same
here.
thing. I don't know why it does that.
Okay.
3 already. Where did the time go? We're going to get started. Thanks for joining us. In preparation for the meeting, I have downloaded most of the collaborative application and converted it to a MS Word document. It's wonderful to have that capability. What I've not included in this document that hopefully you can see on your screen are the various attachments. With the attachments, the collaborative application is up to, I think, 220 or so pages. This document, at least in PDF format, is about 80 pages. So it's MS Word says this is 78 pages. So I don't know if anybody on the call had an opportunity to review the collaborative application yesterday.
Yes.
Good. And if you have suggested edits, revisions, let's start with those.
Okay,
So, Rick,
page
you have the
19.
floor.
Thanks. Page 19.
What
in
section?
I don't know. I just know it's page 19.
Pages
But
may vary. What are you referencing?
it was question number 2, and it's just a grammatical thing because I
Okay,
get jazzed about that.
Ricky, which
What's the topic?
2C,
What's the
2A?
subject
Yeah.
area?
Oh, the subject area It's the response to question 1C-7A.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm in one C7. Let me come
Wait, I
down
think I
to
just,
one
no. I'm
C7A.
sorry. It's 1C6A. 1C6A. Sorry about that.
Okay.
And the response to question number 2 ends in a comma. And so I didn't know if there was supposed to be more, if we ran out of room, or if that should be a period.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Did a spell check and grammar check, but that didn't catch that. So
It's okay.
probably we ran out of room, but thanks for pointing that out.
No problem.
Here we
That
are
happens.
on question 2. Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Probably should be a period. So let me make a note of that. 1, 3, 6.
I got it, Lloyd. I'm in eSnap, so I'll fix it as we go.
Okay,
Do you mean where
Um,
it says and the city's non-discrimination and fair housing
ordinances, period.
Period. Okay.
Yep, it's
Got
already
it.
fixed.
Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate
Yeah.
that. What else?
And the other thing, this is on section. Okay, this one is 1C-70 for real. In response to question number 1, I didn't know what is meant by the acronym ACOP. It wasn't introduced anywhere that I could find previously in the application. So I was like, what's an ACOP?
Yeah, it's a good point. I think we're stretched on time. ACOP is the administrative specifically it's the plans for the public housing portion of the Durham Housing Authority. It is I don't think we have room in the
Lloyd, is it admissions and continued occupancy policy?
there you go, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
I
Yep.
got it.
And so I think HUD readers will understand what the ACOP is. And I think we don't necessarily have room within this response to,
We do. I fixed it. We're good.
oh yeah, we only have 2018. Yeah, so we can spell that out.
Yep, it's done.
Good, thank you. Good, thanks for pointing that out. What else?
That's all I noticed. So great job.
Hey, anyone else have suggestions? All right, I'm going to offer, Anthony, since you all are in eSnaps, in section 1C5E,
Mhm.
okay. The last sentence of 1C5E reads, IPV or intimate partner violence is flagged on all housing referrals, and providers are expected to discuss with clients safety concerns relevant to the housing search and ETP opinion options.
Mhm.
Let's move with clients to the end so that it reads are expected to discuss safety concerns relevant to the housing search and ETP options with clients.
Okay.
It's a little better wording.
Done.
And then let's see, I don't know if it's accurate, but coming back to 1C7A, 1C6A, 1C7A. It may not be. Am I in the right section? Okay. Okay, the second last sentence, Anthony, one under 7A.
Mhm.
In recent years, DHA also has consulted with the CoC agency, comma, homeless service providers. You see that?
Yes,
Add a space between agency, comma, and homeless service providers.
there is a space there.
Okay, well, it didn't show up in the MS Word
Okay,
version. Okay, then under 1D 11C,
1D, okay.
1D 11C. Not too far. On the 11C, in the right section. 11C, I'm on 11A. This is getting into the weeds, my friends. 11C, routinely getting feedback. Okay. About the 3, 6, 7. First paragraph, response to question 1, we have and supportive services needs.
Mm-hmm.
See that? Let's make supportive services singular, so supportive service needs.
Okay.
We don't need 2 plurals there. And then going to 2C. I noticed that Joe Daly is on the call. Thanks for joining. And Tanya, we are still welcoming updates to section 4, particularly examples. Don't know if you guys have had a chance to spend any more time with that, but want to mention that again. You guys have any examples to share at this point, or are you good?
Lloyd, again, I'm new to the process. I see
Sure.
that Tanya, my colleague, is on with me today. Again, at this point I'm passing along requests like that to Tasha and to Tammy. But if you feel like that's something we still need to send in.
I will say also, Lloyd, I don't have this document to look at it beforehand. What I have is what you sent me. Let me see if I have it in this email. One moment, Lloyd. I have page 1 through 7. I have section 2C, system performance.
Okay. Well, I sent section 4, I think, to Tammy and Joe a week or 2 ago, and invited input. We still have opportunities to update section 4, which specifically concerns
Okay.
It concerns DV bonus projects.
bonus, right?
So
Okay.
well, Tanya, if you want, I can call you after this meeting and we
Yes.
can look at it and see if there's other stuff you guys want to add.
Okay. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Okay. Anyone else on the call? So the
Hey, Lloyd, I have a question
Yes,
on
Nicole.
section 1D-7.
Okay.
It states the last part of the paragraph, it says the city also is entering into a contract with Open Table Ministries to operate 15 units of shelter between 11/1 and 3/31/2024. I thought there was only 10 units, or am I wrong?
I thought I had checked that out with, let me get to the right section. We're looking at 1D7.
I got it, Lloyd. It is 10 units of non-congregate shelter. It says 15 in the application, but I believe it's 10. Is that what your understanding is, Nicole?
Yeah, because in the meeting with Colin at Open Table, I
Right.
think they could only get 10 units
Right.
at this time.
It is 10 at this time, possibly expandable later, but only 10 at this time.
Okay.
Okay, so we can revise that, Anthony.
I did.
And
Mhm.
thank you, Nicole. Great catch. Anything else?
Lloyd, you were gonna go to 2C. I don't know if you had anything specific there you wanted to talk about.
No, I'll review that later.
Okay. All right. I would like to just, some of you, we have called once, or in Nicole's case, probably 3 or 4 times. So this is my first time going through this process as well. And I just want to thank you for your help and for your contributions and corrections and understanding and wisdom. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I think you guys have helped us to really pull together, something meaningful for our continuum. So I just appreciate being able to work with you all and be good collaborators with one another.
Ditto those remarks. I appreciate everybody's input into this. I believe Melissa, our team coordinator, sent out a notice yesterday indicating that the full collaborative application has been posted to the old going away CoC website, as well as to the continuum of care page of the department's website or at durhamnc.gov. We are in the process of getting the HSAC, the CoC board, to approve the collaborative application, but per HUD's guidance, that does not preclude us from making additional minor edits to this document before it is finally submitted to HUD. So you are welcome to review it again, especially the narrative sections. I mean, the attachments generally are to satisfy HUD's requirements. Many of them concern how we scored the new projects. This year they asked for a housing first evaluation, a copy of a housing first evaluation. The HUD is, those of you who are implementing CoC funded projects will be interested to know that HUD is asking for a copy of a housing first evaluation. So we will need to continue to do a housing first evaluation annually to satisfy that requirement. We feel good that we were able to complete the cross CoC housing first evaluation in the first quarter of this year, and have attached one of those evaluations to the application, to the collaborative application. The remaining documents that we have not yet attached are verifications, a web screenshot of the website showing both the collaborative application and the project priority listing uploaded to the website, and then a notice to the CoC membership that these documents have been posted. We certainly got out the still in the process of uploading the project priority listing, although no, I think that was posted earlier, and we are still working on that. We'll probably get a screenshot of that today as well. With those postings, either that or Monday after we get the HSAC's approval of the collaborative application. I've also, currently I'm on, as you may see, 1D3, or 1D3 concerning street outreach. I participated in a meeting yesterday with some of our street outreach partners and specifically forwarded them, Ricky, Rebecca Bourgeois from Housing for New Hope was on that call, and this has been submitted to her. So there may be some additional revisions to this response. To Joe and well, particularly to Joe, we will be amending back to you, Joe, and Anna and Tammy, both the Families Moving Forward's domestic violence bonus project, as well as the domestic violence renewal project, for corrections of the budget so that they match the eligible amounts, and I'll be following up with you about that to make sure we can get that done. I don't know if anybody has particular interest in reviewing this document section by section. We can do that if you want to take the time to do that, or we can adjourn at this time and invite you to review the document online and follow up with me or Anthony later to review any questions that you had suggestions for, or questions that responses that you had questions about. Again, there's a reason that this document is called a collaborative application by HUD. It is intended to be a collaborative effort of the membership of the CoC, and I think we've done a good job over the last 6 or 8 weeks in collaboratively developing this document, kind of telling HUD what we have done and what we are doing to address the needs of people experiencing homelessness in Durham.
Lloyd, Ricky has a question.
Yes, Ricky.
Hi, thank you, Anthony. I did have one more piece of feedback.
Okay.
I apologize, I didn't have it in the same area as my
You
other feedback
did.
comments. This is for the response to question 1D6A. Question number 3 provides information regarding the SOAR implementation and its success. I personally think present tense is more dynamic than past tense. And so I felt like the last sentence should be the benefits approval rate is 93% as opposed to was. Just a thought.
Okay.
You don't have to change it, Anthony, if you don't want to. I just
No,
feel
no,
like
no, no.
present tense is more dynamic.
That makes sense. I think one of the things I'll look at it, Ricky, because I know one of the things that we do is we're reporting on information from the prior fiscal year. But Lloyd, I want to make sure that, in this context, that's appropriate.
I appreciate the thought. I think insofar as we're specifically referencing the period from 1/1/2020 through 6/30/2023. I think it's appropriate to leave the tense as was, because we're referencing the approval rate for that period.
Mm-hmm.
But
or what we could do, Ricky, if it helps it to soften it, is we could say the benefits approval rate during this period was
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
let's see if we have room to do that. We may be able to add
We do.
that.
I got it. It is in already.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Ricky. All of these comments and feedback is welcome.
Good
Well, I was
morning.
just gonna say for grammatical purposes, if you're saying the benefits approval rating for this period, then it would be is. If you're saying for this period, because it's not gonna change. So, you know.
Okay.
And it's more dynamic, right?
Very good.
Good morning again, everybody. Lloyd, just one additional question. This too is my first time being a part of this process. So thank you all for the ongoing education of this. Lloyd, I just want to ask from a partner in this, should we be preparing a letter of support to go along with this application, or is that not necessary?
I would say a letter of support is only advisable for specific housing leverage commitments and healthcare leverage commitments. HUD is clear that you know, additional documents that are attached that really don't reference anything slow up HUD's approval process. So I'm not aware that you know, Volunteers of America is able to provide any leverage support for either our new rapid rehousing project at Families Moving Forward or our continuum of care bonus project, which is permanent supportive housing being recommended under Project Access of Durham County. So
Understood. Thank you.
But thanks for considering that, and we'll keep it in mind for the future. And we're looking forward perhaps next year to having Volunteers of America perhaps apply for CoC funds, if that fits your mission, and we can make something work. Trust you guys
Ricky,
are
I don't,
thinking about that.
I don't know if you saw my note, Ricky and Melissa, but I was able to figure it out. This is equivalent to a benefits approval rate of 93%. So that last sentence just interprets the sentence before, basically.
I can co-sign that.
Yeah, I'm having difficulty with that, Anthony, insofar as we don't indicate in the prior sentence how many applications there were.
It does. It says 27. Oh, I see. Well, it says 27 people were approved.
Right.
So
We don't
if
know how
that's
many
a-
applications, so I mean, we suppose we could add, you know, do the math and say how many applications were received or submitted. If we want to get into it, but
we could. I think it's fine. It seems like.
yeah.
All right.
Anything else?
So this is the very last collaborative application meeting before the big button is pressed to submit it next week. And I want to just give a huge shout out to Lloyd. None of us really know how much it takes until we get in the weeds with him, not just from the physical demands of compiling all of this, but also the emotional and stress related things that you go through to try to make sure that you're honoring both the HUD process, representing the CoC well, representing the providers well, and making sure that we advocate for as much funding as we can get. So I just want to give a huge shout out to Lloyd, because in the middle of doing all that, he had to teach me some of the ropes along the way. I just hope I've been helpful to the process. And I really appreciate those of you that have worked with me to make sure that that we do good in this application. But especially Lloyd, you deserve a really, really, really big shout out and even, round of applause virtually. Because I just don't know how we have done this so consistently every year. And I'm really nervous about next year. So you make sure you don't change your number.
You're kind,
So-
Anthony. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. It has been a labor of love for many years now, and I'm happy to have guided and spearheaded the process. It is a collaboration and has been a collaboration. It's been certainly easier this year to have your involvement and support, as well as Jeffrey and Melissa and others on our team. So I've been grateful for that. I think, as well as, I'm grateful for the participation of everybody on this call today and in previous meetings as well. We have conducted these, I think prior to the pandemic, conducted a number of these in person. Ricky may remember that, and others as well. So we endeavored to make it a collaborative process throughout the years, and trust that it will continue to be so. Feel really good that we have housing commitment letter support, housing leverage commitment from the department for families moving forwards, rapid rehousing expansion application, as well as some healthcare leverage that we're putting together from the Duke University School of Nursing and Alliance Health for the permanent supportive housing new project application. So hopefully we will get some funds or get some additional points on our application for those leveraging commitments. Also, Anthony, you deserve a lot of the credit for pulling together people with lived experience in the lead working group that is going to help us get points for the involvement of people with lived experience in our continuum of care, and the points that are eligible for that on this application. So thank you for those contributions as well. So it is very much a team effort. I've been privileged to lead the process and the team. The project applicants also, I know it can be difficult to participate in an actual competition when HUD kind of sets up the competition in such a way that projects that are at the bottom of the ranking process are not likely to be funded. We're hopeful that we will score well enough to get both the permanent supportive housing project of Project Access funded, as well as the domestic violence bonus project of families moving forward funded. But to do that, we will need to score better this year than last year. Hopefully with the again, the leverage and commitments that we have and other improvements to the collaborative application that we've made. Hopefully we will be able to get both of those projects funded, but we will continue to develop. We know that the people that we are all serving are tremendously in need. Our unsheltered numbers continue to increase. We're struggling to provide emergency shelter to a lot of people in our community, and so many of the challenges are related to trying to get more rapid rehousing, more permanent supportive housing in our system, so that we can get people through shelter and back into permanent housing more quickly. And so we're grateful for everybody's work in those efforts to really help the people that this application and all our work is really about. So, thanks to everybody. If there's no other comments and questions, again, thanks to everybody. We'll continue on, and we'll get this submitted to HUD probably on Tuesday or at the latest Wednesday of next week, which will be a day or two before the September 28th deadline. So, okay.
Let me just ask Lloyd before we go for Tanya and Ricky to stay on. Everybody else will be able to jump off. Is that okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend, indeed, everyone. Thanks again for your input and support.
Thank you,
Thank
Lloyd.
you.
All right.
Thank you,
Anthony, do
Lloyd.
want- Thank you. Anthony, do you need me to stay on? Is there something that?
No. I think
Okay.
if anything changes, Lloyd, I'll let you know.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. All right.
Bye-bye.
Melissa, do you have to make me the host? I'm not sure if you do. Okay. It's okay.
Oh, you're the host now. Look at that.
Am I? I don't see
Yeah.
anything that says it. All right.
I was just gonna let you guys know, just keep in mind that the meeting is recording. So if you wanted to talk about anything that you didn't want in the recording, you may want to move to a Teams meeting.
No, I mean, it doesn't need to be recorded. We're just looking at a couple of comments that came up in the chat. So
Oh
we
no,
can stop.
I meant like it's automatically. It's
Oh,
I
okay,
can't
it's
stop
fine.
it. Yeah, it's gonna record it
No.
regardless.
No, okay, thank you.
Okay.
I can stop it. It's offered me the option to stop it if you want to stop video.
Yeah, you can stop it. It's we're just chatting about a couple of the questions, but it doesn't need to be recorded.
Is that Jeffrey Rawlings?
That is Jeffrey.
See the entire name. Yes, indeed.
Use the whole government name, Jeff.
I'm going to use the government. Yes. Yes, your government name.
And it's still recording, Jeffrey. So we have all this on.
Is it still showing record? Because I did hit for it to stop.
Okay.
It's because these meetings are set to automatically record. So even if
cool.
if your meeting stops recording, it'll still record to the cloud.
No worries.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Ricky, you had a quick question. It was 4A3E7. So let's see.
Yeah, way towards the end of the application. So I know that there's a overall character limit of 5,000, which is gracious.
Hold on. I don't see a 4A3E.
It's totally there.
Okay, let
I
me
think
share
we
my
all
screen
got
with
different
you.
parts of the application, Jeffrey, to look at. Because Lloyd's I'm looking. I think he gave
Hold on.
everyone.
Hold on, guys. One section. We have some folks entering. I just want to make sure they know that the meeting was concluded. Okay. I guess maybe let's see. Oh, Tracy Stone, Dino, and Princess. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning.
Recording in progress.
Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Princess. How are you both?
Good morning. Sorry, I'm running behind. I'm leaving one meeting to join you all.
No worries. Actually,
same thing here. Good morning.
good morning. Believe it or not, there are just a few of us left, so we were able to get through a pretty comprehensive review and make some changes to the application. And so most of the folks have left the call, and those of us that are left are just talking over a few quick things. So, if you guys have changes that you'd like to discuss, please stay on. Otherwise, if you were just calling to listen in, we have already done a pretty thorough review with the larger group. And so, you can tell me if you have some things that you wanted to remark about in the application. Otherwise, then you can have your time back.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks. Didn't know whether or not I know I was in communication with Lloyd about a few documents we've got to get to him. And other than that, I mean, I didn't have any other comments or feedback at this time.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Tracy.
All right. Thank you all. Have a good weekend. Take care.
Bye, Tracy.
All right. Bye-bye.
And Princess,
All
are
right,
you
well,
good
have a
or
good
did you?
weekend, everybody.
All
Yes,
right.
I'm good. I reviewed the application that you guys posted on the website. So
Perfect.
I'm good. I just wanted to make sure I got in, at least, did whatever I had to do to understand what was going on, but I think I'm good to go.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All
Mm.
right. So, okay, let me share my screen, Ricky, so you can see what I see.
Okay.
Okay, where is it on my screen?
There should be
Maybe
like a
it's
little,
this one. Okay, let's try
okay.
this. Can you see this? I'll try to make it a little bigger.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
No, I can see
So
it.
this is
Can you,
4A, 3A, 4A,
yes.
3B, and there's nothing else.
Can you expand the response area
Oh, yeah.
for what you have listed? No, okay, I need you to share my screen with you because in what was posted on the CoC website, there are 4 more questions. 4A, 3E.
Okay, let me look here. So there's 4A.
Mm-hmm.
How about, let me just, yeah, there's 4A. 4A has 1A, 3A,
Mm-hmm.
and 3B.
Is there a 3E? Because that's
there
what I'm looking
may,
for.
No. So, let me go to what is posted online. Melissa, can you help me navigate where I go to see what's posted online?
So I have where I went to get what's posted online. I just typed in Durham and Durham County CoC collaborative application, and it took me straight to them.
Anthony, if Ricky has it up, let her share her screen so we can.
Okay.
Oh, you have it up, Ricky?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Yeah, please.
Okay.
So let me make sure I stop sharing so you can share. There we go.
I did send it in the chat as well.
Okay.
Okay, can I share now?
You should be able to share, Ricky.
Okay. I'm going to ask the dreaded question, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Make no
So-
comments about how many tabs I have open. That's none of your business.
Listen, I don't, because I am just as worse as you are. So
That would drive me absolutely insane.
that's how I
That sounds
function.
like a comment, Melissa.
It is a compliment for me, Ricky, because that's how I operate. Please don't close
Thank
my
you. I feel seen and affirmed. Tanya, thank you.
Yes.
So
Can you do
4,
me a favor? Can you scroll up a little bit? Let me see what's before that. For A3D.
yeah.
Okay, I don't see any of this in my eSnaps.
Well, it had to get in there somehow. Like, how
It
did you
sure
post
did.
the PDF to the website?
And I'm wondering, so
Like, what
okay,
happens
can
after
you go
you?
back? Can you just go up to like 4A, like the main
Yeah.
4A?
I sure can.
Okay, oh, that's good. 4A3B. What does 4A3B say? Okay, good. Information about unique project applicants and their experience. Right. So I have that, but for some reason mine stops there. So I am going to have to, what I suspect is that,
Is that on a project application or is
I
that on?
think that's on it's gotta be on the project. So you see where you see, Ricky, it says applicant name, families moving forward.
Uh-huh.
Okay, on my screen, I see that. So if I view it, let me see what happens.
I can stop sharing. If it
I got
helps.
it. I got it. I got it. And I clicked that link to families moving forward and all of it came up. So that's part of the project. But let's go. So you got 4A3E.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. All right.
In the response to number 7.
All right. I'm gonna share it again just so
Okay.
you can float along with me. Float on. All right, so for A3, oh my gosh, it's a lot of characters, but we
Yeah.
have a big,
Yeah.
big limit. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so in 7, it looks like the word partner drops off. I didn't know if that was because we completely ran out of.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
So,
Is there anywhere else where we could,
yep,
reclaim
we
our
are gonna
space?
figure it out right now.
Yes, because
Okay.
you're right, Ricky, as I'm reading it, it doesn't make sense without the word partner.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All
I was
right.
thinking maybe in number 5, where it's the, what is that, like second to last sentence that starts out with 19 identify as female. I'm
Yep.
like, that's way too much space in between interns and
It is.
19.
Yeah.
Maybe that will help us
You
add
can go back
back.
into one more tab, Anthony. You can get a little bit more.
Nope, it's just one
Okay,
space
okay.
there.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
But we got another one here, I think. No? Nope. All right, so let's just figure to have experienced homelessness. And or DVC. Here's another one, 74% completed. Okay, so this
Anthony, just another
means
quick question,
partner
Jeffrey.
period, right?
Uh-huh.
Is
That's
is HSG mean housing? Is that
yes, yes.
okay?
Yeah, the acronyms drive me. You guys have
Yeah, I'm
no
like, what
idea
is that? Okay.
how it drives me crazy. But for some of the long answers where everything in
Mhm.
it is good, you just can't do
Okay.
much about it.
Okay.
So I think I did fix this. It was 3E, right?
Yeah, 3E,
Let's see
number
if we
7.
got
Hopefully
it.
now that reads partners.
There you go.
Wonderful. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else, Ricky, on that part?
No, I mean, overall, I think it's really good. And, we explain how, our CoC works and the good things that we're doing. There was one section, oh gosh, what was it? Where it talks about agreements with PHAs, right? And so a lot, I can't remember what section that was. I'm sorry. Let me scroll way up, unless you happen to know offhand what section the PHA conversation is in.
It could have been in coordination and engagement. It's either probably in 1C or 1D.
Okay.
So there's the consultation with ESG recipients. There's
Mhm.
let's see what else that we have.
And I'm looking on my end too to try to.
Okay. Oh, the question about public housing authorities. So there's that should be in 1C maybe. And it's probably 1C7A because there's a sentence about written policies on homeless admission preferences with PHAs. There's moving on strategy with housing providers and all that stuff. So that's all in 1C.
Okay, let me. I feel like I'm almost there. This is a long application.
It is very.
As you know.
I see why Lloyd sent everybody certain parts to look at.
Yeah, it's very, very long. Melissa, we still have time because we booked from 10 to 11:30, so it's not gonna cut off.
Here we go. I got it. Okay. 1C 7A.
Okay.
The response to number 2.
Right.
Okay. So, it talks about how, we don't have any working agreements with the, public housing authorities of, Wake or with Orange County. I didn't know if, it would behoove us to say that now we know that this is a thing. you know, we'll like attempt to, you know, make space for those conversations, you know, with those neighboring PHAs, because I think this application highlighted very well the cross CoC housing first evaluation that we did with Wake and with Orange. And, you know, like maybe we could use that like as a gateway to show that we are trying to have like
Yeah,
this
we are attempting to look across the
regional
board.
collaboration and make sure that, you know, everybody's implementation is the same. Like, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's something that we need to think about. I don't even if it needs to be brought to maybe the HSAC's broader attention that this is something
Yeah.
that HUD is looking at.
Yep. I think, you know, I've talked to my colleagues on the line about this idea that this application, now that I've seen it, really should shape how we move together as a COC. And so a lot of what's in here, my goal is to start working internally with the team in October after we press the submit button to figure out where these strategy conversations, reporting conversations, collaborative partnership conversations should go starting next month to make sure that we move the needle in these ways. So I
Okay.
think your conversation is timely. As we literally just talked about this yesterday inside, actually, about how we're gonna set the stage. The other piece, Ricky, is that we did some active listening with the lived experience work group. And I mean, the results from that just kind of blew my mind a little bit. Like, just the stuff that folks know about this system and how we get down. For example, one of the things, Tanya, if you don't mind me sharing,
No,
um,
go right ahead.
their director, um, instituted training within families moving forward that has you were FMF, right, Tanya?
Yes, I am.
My
I am.
organization messed up. Sorry.
Yeah.
Their director within FMF instituted training because of his own experiences that may not have been collaboratively implemented, let's say. So therefore, FMF has kind of an advantage by having a certain type of training that maybe other organizations don't. And this spoke directly to one of the concerns that the LGBT Center has, right? So we're
Yeah.
starting to have those kinds of conversations where we say, well, okay, Tanya, if your organization is doing it really well, why don't we maybe the lead agency will host the FMF director to do this conversation system wide, right? Or to do this training system wide. So just looking at things like that, Ricky, and looking at the relationships that need to be in place, you know, we know that we had some questions about healthcare alliances, right? So we know, or justice system involved alliances. So we know that these are things that are on the application. So starting October, we're going to be shaping out kind of a framework for where we need to be touch pointing and moving the needle so that we and this information will be collected over the course of the year. I do not believe that, you know, we should get to, you know, July or August and then start compiling all of this. Like it's
Right.
burdensome process. So I'm really, really hoping that as we move through the year, we'll have the connections and collaborations in place that report out more regularly on what's happening so that we continue to track this. I think we can be filling this out. When HUD changes these applications, it doesn't change by much.
Right.
So I think we can be filling this out. We can even schedule as a collaborative quarterly check-ins to say, hey, where's this needle moving? Right? Let's check in to see where we are. So maybe we'll bring this group together that has participated in the collaborative, not just 5 sessions between the release and the writing or the release and the submission, but maybe on a quarterly basis so that we can say, hey, here's the framework we want to go out with. Here's where the gaps are. Here's where we didn't score as well from the outset.
Yeah.
So that's the pathway.
Okay. And is that going to be, I don't want to phrase this and be recorded.
Yeah.
Okay, so HUD is going to announce the results. What is that typically like? February, March?
I
That's when they
don't know.
release the.
Yeah, I haven't gone through this process yet.
Oh,
right.
I
But
keep forgetting. I'm so sorry. Like I
yep,
keep
that's
acting like
okay.
you've been here forever.
Nope.
So
Yeah.
I think it's like a February, March, April timeline
Yeah.
that HUD's like, here's how you did.
Yep.
And there is absolute value in, looking in how the collaborative application scored and, seeing what we scored well on, what we didn't. But if we are going to pull this group together quarterly in advance of when HUD releases, the results of the application, are there areas that that the lead agency knows right now,
Most
we need
definitely.
to focus on
Absolutely.
responses to these, and
100%.
that can be, our focus for whenever this group is pulled together until we
Absolutely.
know. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because in the writing process, and Jeffrey and I both, we tried to split the writing with Lloyd this year. So we may have done 5 questions and Lloyd did the other 35, right? just to take some of the pressure off, right? But when we did it, what we realized is, oh my goodness, the opportunities that exist just by the prompting of these questions is just incredible. Even if you just have a conversation among yourselves to say, we really believe in this continuum, it's on track, or we're doing it right, and there's nothing else we need to do at this point. Just that conversation alone, as outlined by this process, is amazing, and we found just in our own work, we found through coordinated entry, the stuff that we really are not tracking on a year-to-year basis, and how much has just changed in terms of infusing the need to improve equity, right, for folks, and the problems that we're addressing, such as how to stop people from cycling through the system 3 and 4 times while somebody else is waiting on a waiting list, unsheltered, first-time homeless, right? Things like that are all changing because of the conversations that are now happening regularly. And these are things that we just want to record and document and plug into this all along the way. So my team and I, like I said, in October, will be looking at this as a collective and internally as a collective and saying, okay, as the lead agency, where do we need to go? What guidance do we need to provide? And we started this conversation earlier this week. And one of the things that we even came up with, Tanya, as a result of the lead work group, is a resource guide for the Durham continuum of care that will help us affirmatively market our services to everybody that needs the information. So just that language alone, Ricky, affirmatively market, is interesting because we looked and we couldn't find any. So one of HUD's questions is, how do you affirmatively market your services, right? But when you look at what HUD means by that, and then you look at what we have available, you realize we're not doing much, right? So we are going to give guidance from the lead agency to say, hey, in order to help us more affirmatively market our services to everybody, here's what you need to be doing when you are posting posters or brochures around your facility. This disclaimer or this statement should be on them, or whatever. Just things like that where people have access to the information, if that makes sense.
And Anthony, I will also say it's good to, just like here, our interns create, one of our interns this year, she's creating a county-wide resource guide for the families. That is her gift to us. And so she's working, they as a team right now, they're sending emails to me and Shiona because they're working from home this week because we have some issues. And so they're pulling together resources and they're giving them to us to say, is this going to be feasible? And I think that would be good for, as agencies, we have that knack to have the interns here that do things like that. I think this year I'll talk to Tasha that when that's completed, in a couple of months, that we share that with everyone.
But let me say this, even before it's completed, maybe we get to look at it and to see if there's
Yes.
anything obviously
To
missing,
add to
right?
it.
Right,
Mhm.
because that's,
Mhm.
I think that's the spirit of where,
Mhm.
you know, like for example, when we were asked to do the lead sessions, right? And we were
Mhm.
asked to talk to the staff, and then we said we would talk to the unsheltered, and then we said we
Mhm.
would talk to the recently housed. When we said that internally, we had no idea that the heart team was already about to do surveys of the unsheltered.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
that part is already done without us having to do anything. So I
Mhm.
think, you know, what you're saying is we're putting together a countywide resource guide. You
Mhm.
know, maybe what we need to add is a few sentences or a couple of pages here and
Mhm.
there, but together we put out a document that works for everyone in the continuum, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
keep us posted on the
I
opportunity for
will,
that.
and so I will get with the Shiona, the interns. And will it be feasible if I can set up something with the interns and everyone to give
Of
feedback
course.
to
What do you
them?
mean?
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
We would love to even, you know, we could even have an opportunity for the interns to come over to the lead agency and present their work like where it is in the
Okay.
process, right? Because
Okay.
I think that would be good for them to say,
It would be.
here's what we've done, here's how we got here, you
Mhm.
know, what do you think? You know, can we add anything? And then give them guidance that way too, right?
Okay.
And maybe we have them um look at not necessarily all of this application, but the pieces that talk about marketing
Mhm.
and services. If
Mhm.
they look at this, you see where I'm going, Ricky? Like
Yeah,
if those
I do,
interns
because
look
I'll
at
tell
this,
you, one of our interns is, so Jeffrey may not realize she's been on the last two meetings with me, and I have her log in as Sydney intern because this is what she wants. This is what she's interested in
yep,
at at the time of graduation,
yep,
and so the goal is to. She is a MSW,
Thank
mm-hmm,
you.
so she is a
mm-hmm,
MSW, and we also have a BSW on our team.
excellent,
We're winging her in.
excellent,
She's getting her feet wet these first couple of months, and I'm
it's
gonna wing her
amazing,
into some of the MSW work. Yeah, and
yep,
so she's MSW, and this is really her. She wants to truly understand how this agency and how the community operates dealing with the
perfect,
homeless. And so she is asked, and I've she's on board of doing, so she's in on the meetings with us listening. She's starting the resource, and so I would love, and so she's the lead on it, but we have another MSW intern and one BSW intern. They're
yep,
all doing that resource together, but there's a
excellent.
lead on it.
Excellent. Please, whatever
Okay.
connection you can make, we'll
Okay.
take a
I
look at
will.
it. We'd be happy
Okay.
to even, you know, as a result of this process, Jeffrey and I can talk to the
I would love
interns
that.
privately.
Hmm.
We could host them for lunch.
Yes.
We could do whatever to
Okay.
say, hey, let's
Hmm.
take a look at what you got. Here's where we think we
Okay.
can go. We'll even do it from the perspective of raising questions for them to consider, right?
Th- I,
So,
I I would truly appreciate, because Sydney, when she comes to me, I love her because she has an agenda for me, and she has a
yep,
list of questions.
excellent.
She's ready to go.
Excellent. Perfect. So before you do that, Jeffrey and I will sit down early next week and put
Okay.
together a short list of things to
Okay.
consider for the
Thank
resource guide,
you.
right?
I truly and so this way, this will help all of us.
Yes, absolutely. That's
Mhm.
it. True collaboration.
Yes. Mhm.
So Ricky, did we hit all of the rest of your questions? Because I need Tanya for 5 more minutes afterwards, about that section 4.
Yeah, the only other thing that I wanted to add was Lloyd mentioned towards the end of our time that, you know, he sent some information out to H&H and our street outreach team, and we already provided you know, our feedback, and it looks like that has been entered into eSNAP. So
Okay.
we're good, and nothing else is coming from us
Okay.
unless you
All right.
ask directly.
As far as
So
I know, we're good. The only other thing which I'm going to talk to Tanya about, and Lloyd is probably following up Tanya with Anna or Annie or whoever that is, uh, on your team about the budget stuff, because there's the 2 budgets that you guys submitted needs to be revised, basically, in short. It's simple revisions, but it needs to be revised to match up to the recommendations, right? But he wanted your input on question 4. So Ricky, I think we're all good.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Ricky.
It was good to be with you, Jeffrey, and with Melissa. All right. Have a great weekend.
All right.
Bye, Ricky.
Tanya, give me one quick second. Oh, I missed him. All right. 1 second. Lloyd just called me. All right, now he's leaving me a message. Okay. All right. So he wanted you, so I'm gonna share my screen again. He wanted your input or the input of your team somewhere in question 4. I think it's because you guys are doing a DV bonus expansion and a DV bonus renewal. Is that right? Okay. So here we have. I'm looking for places where's the narrative. You know what? This is the same question that Ricky just brought up. I'm gonna call Lloyd back, Tanya, and see what his specific questions were for your feedback. If he was asking for feedback because he saw something that needed feedback, or if he was just asking, had you reviewed it, and if you had general questions or something like that. If he saw anything specific, I will call you back. You're muted. Tanya, you're muted. You're muted.
He had sent me section 2C to actually look at. So when he mentioned 4, I hadn't seen it, and so I
Okay.
was able to go to the website to pull it up.
Okay.
I'm looking at it now. I don't see any questions that I have specifically. Looks like Tammy and Tasha did a good job at it, because what they
Okay.
do is they come to me or one of us and get the data
Okay.
and create the response.
All right.
So I'm very comfortable with what's in there because I know it came from information from us, and Tasha and Tammy executed it. So
Okay. All right. Well, I will talk to him. If I call you back, it'll be soon because I leave today
okay,
at 12. So if I
okay,
call you back, it'll be soon. And it's
okay,
because there's specific feedback he wants. If you don't hear from me about feedback, then that means we're
that's
all good.
fine. Okay,
Yeah. All right.
okay.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
and
Don't forget
I look
now.
forward to working with you. When you meet my interns, they are so I will tell you all. I made a point. I told Tasha, I said, we need a good diversity of interns. I don't want interns just from one spot. We have an intern that's online. So you mean Sydney? She's from Virginia. She's going online in Virginia. And I mean, she's good. She's very
Excellent.
tedious.
Excellent.
And so
Excellent.
this was, yeah. So I'm very excited that she's going to get a chance to work with you all and to put this together.
I really love the idea, and I can't wait to see what is produced because I think it'll be good. The Heart team even gave us an opportunity to weigh in on their survey, and we were able to
Okay.
give some minor kind of thoughts that actually
Okay.
caused them to make changes. For example, to align, like they were asking people, what's your gender, what's your race, and what's your whatever, and sexual orientation or whatever the questions were.
Yeah.
And I said, instead of asking people to write that in, give them the drop down that matches HUD definitions, right? Something simple. And they went and did it right away. And it was like, now it makes more sense because whatever their results are, we can report it the same way HUD would look at it. So yeah, without having to, manually try to go back and rework it. So
I'm just excited about finally see everyone coming to the table at one accord, and there's no, we're doing this.
right.
Now is a community is doing it
Yes.
collectively. So
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
very good to see.
Thank you, ma'am. If you don't hear
Thank
from me,
you.
we're all good. If you hear from me,
Okay.
it's just some feedback questions.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank
right,
you.
thank
You all
you.
have a great weekend
All right. You
and
do the same.
enjoy yourself. Thank
All right.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You too. Enjoy your weekend.
You
All
too.
right.